to make a detective game with multiple dialogue options and just a thing. This is my second time making a game. The first one was 2D and the simplest thing ever imaginable, so this is a step up from that. For the first scene, I want to have a raining city where the detective, where you walk towards an office where the crime was. But first I just want to model the city in like rain and cars going by, so I'm gonna just start with that right now. So I'm using this model as reference, and I now have this where I can slowly put the windows in. And again. Now the final one. There. Now it looks kind of weird from some angles because you can't see like this top right part of it, but if I simply change a setting, it sticks out a lot more, and this is what I'm going to do for like the rest of the buildings. This is what I have so far when it's rendered with nice light, which is right here, but I want to have lampposts so that it makes sense where the light is coming from, and then I'm going to be done. I've made a light, so now I'm just going to put it all over the street. Put these over here. And I'm also going to move them over just so that the light kind of is shared more fairly, equally throughout the street. And as it renders in, here's what it looks like as it slowly gets brighter. Here's what it looks like from this angle. I added a sun so you can see shadows now. Here's what it looks like from here. And finally, this is what it looks like from this angle. One more thing I actually need to do is get like a corner of the street so that when I start here, I can put like a barrier here, but it's not just void. Alright, I basically duplicated this. I just duplicated it a few times. Now I just need the center, and I need like to put a building there too. Okay, I did the corners. They look a bit messed up, but I did the corners. I added buildings. It's fine that it's messed up a little bit. Now I'm going to try to import this into Unity. I've officially added it into Unity, so now I can code and stuff. So now all I have to do is I first have to just make some basic movements, and then maybe barriers at the end of the street, and maybe some sound effects, and that should be it. Maybe. I got everything working. I can now move and look around. And I've added colliders so that you can't just walk off the map. I guess I forgot the lamps. I'm gonna add that. But it's pretty easy. All I have to do is select everything with Shift and then add a collider. And it's done. I've also added invisible barriers at each end. Right over there. And then now the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm just going to color the buildings by dragging one of the 5 materials I've added here. And yeah. Now I've colored every single building that I can on this street, and it looks pretty cool. For this is all one shape, unfortunately. So if I try to color it, it'll color everything, including the street. But that's something I know how to fix, but I don't want to right now. Maybe the next time.